Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm back with another video. We talking about samplers, people who sample in the music game, hip hop, whatever genre it is. And I really have this thought, man. Sampling producers don't have any music inside of them. I swear to God, this thought just popped up in my head, man. Actually popped up in my head yesterday when I recorded my other video. But I was listening back the audio from my other video, and I was listening to that part specifically, and I was like, yo, there's some truth to that. Stop me if I'm wrong, man. And I'm not talking about people who know how to play instruments and stuff like that, and they choose to sample. I know you're trying to do best of both worlds, but if you play an instrument, I don't know why you sampling to begin with. Just play your instruments, man. Just do your music. Just play your music out, man. You don't have to sample. You don't have to sample from other people. But anyway, so musical producers that sample to start their music production, I don't think they have music inside of them. I don't think they know like what music really is, or like songs really are, because they don't have any inspiration to create a song from scratch. Guys, listen to me. If you're listening to this video, if you're listening to this audio, try to think about what I'm saying right now. The creativity that they speak of comes from the sample that they took from another record, the inspiration that they got from another record. But where is the inspiration to create a record without the sample? There's nothing there. So think about a producer who every last beat that they make is sampling from somebody else's song. When did they ever take the time to pull a song out of their body that had nothing to do with anybody else's creation? And if that's never happened, how could they have music inside of them? They don't have music inside of them. They're just doing repetition behaviors. Basically, chop, chop, chop. Make it loop. Once you get the loop to sound good, throw some effects on top of your loop that you chopped up. Maybe. Sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. But they want to make it their own. So they chop in a specific way. So it's like, oh, now it's their style. And they put certain effects on it, so now it's their style. And then they get what? A drum kit together by searching through sample libraries of drums. So drums they already got, that's already probably processed. This top sampling producers, they use the same drum on every beat. Did y'all know that? Look it up, man. Look it up. You'll find interviews. They'll tell you I use the same drum, one kick drum, on all of their records. That's creativity. I mean, it's robotic. It's robotic behavior. It's robotic functions. I'm on my YouTube channel right now. I'm looking at all the videos and stuff. Look, it's robotic functions. It's like they're just, going along with like whatever data they have inside of them. It's data. So somebody says sample, so they sample. They find loops that are dope because the songs that they're sampling are dope. It's dope records, right? That were made from scratch from original composers, original music producers, original, artists that are singing and harmonizing, and original people who are playing pianos and, all the wind instruments and the synthesizers and stuff like that. So it's dope content that's already mixed and mastered. So when they get it and they chop it, they're chopping to try to find loops and rhythms. So they don't even, the rhythms are not even in them. It's just repetitive nature of like, all right, I got the loop because I know I have to hit the pad or slide over the crosshairs, grab this little piece, put that first, get this little piece, put that second, piece, third, fourth, and now I got a loop. So that's just repetition. Then once they got that loop in, they go find a bass line. Well, They put the bass line under the loop, and then they go find drums or whatever. You know what I mean? And they put the drum, and the drums are like repetition. They get their own drum patterns. So it's like a computer. It's computing what it already knows. They use the same drums on every beat almost. They probably only change up the hi-hat and no, they probably only change up the snares and claps. If you notice, sampler producers mainly change up the snares and the claps, but they tend to stick to a certain amount of hi-hats and kick drums, and then they mix it together like to get it all to sound good, or they send it to somebody else to mix it for them, and then they're done. But I don't see where is the musicality in that? Where is the heartfelt, emotional music in the person who is sampling for somebody else? I'm not seeing that element of music in them. I'm seeing just repetition, repetitive computing type of data that they're using, like how they're functioning. Because they're not even creating from scratch. They're creating off of an inspiration that they got for somebody else's song. So they're not even coming out with real songs from them. They're hard. They're not. How can you, when you didn't even, your mind didn't sit down in front of your equipment and think of something, and you start with your hands playing out whatever came to your mind, and then go in the booth and you started singing whatever came to your mind. No, you're sampling from Celine Dion. So Celine Dion put music into you. You get what I'm saying? Like, Celine Dion's music made you want to make music, but you're not really making like your music. You're not really making music that came from you. You're just rearranging, basically remixing somebody else's music that came from them. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, man. Like, anybody can. That's like, DJs do that. DJ would sit there and remix a song because they want to play around with it and chop it up and stuff like that. But it's not their song. They know they're just doing like a quick remix and like stuff like that. But it's not music that came from them. You know what I'm saying? When somebody does a remix like that, like, those chops that they put like the pieces together, they know the song, that they know that that's not their song. They know that there's nothing about that song that came from them. They just know that they like it and that they want to remix it, chop it up, and play with it. That's what sampling producers are doing. They're like remixing and rearranging and mangling and trying to come up with something that sounds a little different, so that maybe a rap artist could rap over it, and then maybe an R&B singer could do something over it, or maybe they could just put it on YouTube and get YouTube monetization money. Like you get what I'm saying. But is there music? Is there really music inside of a sampling based producer, or even a person who plays instruments, but they perform method of making songs is sampling? I don't even think they even have music inside of them either, if they're primarily just sampling. Because just because you play an instrument doesn't mean you have music inside of you, unless you actually sit there and make a song from your heart and from your fingers. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you really play it out, like you really get into it, you start doing what you got to do, man. Like, I had somebody tell me the other day ago, like, oh, I don't know about those. I like the beat, but I don't know about the vocals, right? I want to tell that person, you got to give a person like me credit, because first of all, I don't even have to put a video out there with me saying vocals, even though my voice might crack or whatever. I'm in a stage of trying to learn how to sing. I'm putting forth the effort to try to learn how to sing and harmonize, and I put the video out there. I'm not even being afraid to show that I'm trying to do music, man, from scratch. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about it though. I'm writing a song, and I literally started with turning on my Roland keyboard. So I got the Roland FA06, the Phantom, right? I got that keyboard. I turned on the keyboard. I just started with a piano, and I literally started playing in the key of F, and I started playing my melodies. That's it. Playing the melody. And I found something that was dope, and I recorded it into the MPC. Then I said, okay, Let me find something else to go along with that. So I got the main melody, which acts as a pad. Then I went and found the piano. So I put the piano over the top of the pad, basically. You know what I'm saying? But both of these things are played out to the rolling keyboard. It's not no sample. I don't hear. There's no music happening around me except for what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the room by myself, basically working. And then let me ask. This sound like it needs some trumpets. I'm going to go ask some trumpets. But at the same time, I was like, let me start writing to this, man. Like, so in my mind, as I'm playing out the instruments, I start harmonizing. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm harmonized. I'm like, oh, that sounds crazy. So even though I'm not the best singer in the world, I'm there's music inside of me. So when I'm starting from scratch, I'm literally getting the beat, the melody. Before the drums even come, I'm getting the melody, I'm getting the feeling, I'm getting the emotion, I'm getting that cinematic stuff. Then I'm starting with the vocal, I'm getting a chorus, you know what I'm saying? And if I could start with the verse, I'll start putting the verse down. You know what I'm saying? I jot it on my phone or I'll put it on a piece of paper or something like that. That's that's legit music coming from me, man. For me, inside of me. No matter if you like it or not, I put forth the effort to bring something out of me. There was nothing that I needed to inspire me to start making a beat, making an instrumental. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people who start like that with the sampling, you're blank, man. Like inside of you is like hollow, like hollow. You're only doing repetitive work, and then you think you saying you're dope and this and that, and you got other people thinking like you're dope because you flipped somebody's sample and somebody's song and made it into like a sample beat. And because this is the culture, this is the way, this is how it's always been done, and blah, blah, blah. It took me a long time to chop it up, blah, blah. It's so difficult, technical, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff, right? I feel like y'all are hollow people, like, when it comes to this music game. I don't feel like you have music inside of you, man. Like, I watched the movie Sister Act and Sister Act 2. I love those movies, man. You see how those kids was singing their hearts out, man, coming from the soul, man. Like that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Then remember those two? Remember that guy? One of the kids, I think in Sister Act 2, he became part of that group City High with Wyclef in him. Boy, he could sing. He could sing. I can't sing, but I'm trying. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm starting to see this is kind of crazy, man. Like, I'm really getting deep with this. Like, I don't think sampling producers have music inside of them, man. They're doing repetitive acts, repetitive nature. They're just doing what they're told or what they see or what, you know what I mean? Like, the data that's out there. But I don't think they're talented, man. I don't think y'all are talented musicians. I don't think you have music inside of you. I think you're doing music. I think you're getting away with it. I think you're getting away inside of a system that's in place. That system it's a cheat code for y'all, man. That sampling game is a cheat code, and the reason why it's a cheat code is because you're making these people millions of dollars and you don't even know it. Every time you go and sample a record, these record labels, they love that because you're making them money on top of money. You probably sample a record that died out. They're not making no money off of that no more. Nobody even cares about the song. They probably don't even know this song even exists that was made like 30 years ago. Then here you come along with the sampler. They're like, oh yeah, we got another dummy. Yeah. Can we sample it? Yeah, you can sample that. Of course you can, man. Of course. Then they make billions, and you get chunk change on your end, but they sitting there with millions off of y'all sampling. They probably made more money off of sampling than the original records, man. That's crazy. If you think about like when Bad Boy came out, and they had Bad Boy was sampling. Bad Boy, almost every beat was sampled from Bad Boy, right? They probably made more money off of Bad Boy sampling all those records than the original records themselves. And think about it. I'm probably not far off from the truth, because I think there's more money in the world at that time too. Like more money in music. Like music early in the days, there wasn't a lot of money. I don't think there was a lot of money in music early in the days. These people weren't walking out unless they was like the Beatles or something. But these artists weren't like strolling around with these big old mansions and owning full blocks and like acres of land and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But money for music, it grew. It's like with sports. The first basketball players in the NBA and the ABA, they weren't making all that bank. Now the NBA players, now they're making so much money, they just go to the game with their hair painted a different color, and their nails done, and they looking like women and out there and like wearing like skinny stuff, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You guys are making the industry way more money. If you do original, you'll make way more money than the music industry because you could do whatever you want with that tune, with that sound recording. I mean, literally, whatever you want, you could do with that, man. You could put it in a video game. You could put it in YouTube videos. You could put it in a commercial jingle, ringtones and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know if ringtones still around, but like jingles for like commercials, I meant to say. Like, there's so much you could do with your original work. You could sell it. You could sell a catalog. You could just get royalties off of it for the rest of your life. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many things you could do with your original records. But a lot of you guys can't create these records that you want to create because you need inspiration coming from a sample, coming from somebody else's original work that you sample. And that's scary. For me to think like people are hollow in the inside and they really don't have no creativity with them. The only time they could create is using somebody else's work and they sampling, they chopping it up, they speeding it up, slowing it down, throwing a two-time effect on it, or throwing a chorus effect on something, or like, you know what I'm saying? They putting a gate on it. So when you put a gate on it, it makes it sound a little bit different, or like they loop it up a soul sample. Ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Put some drums to it and they saying they don't. If that's the only way you could create music, come on, man. I feel sorry for you. And you know what's so crazy, man? Y'all got me started. I wasn't even going to go down this rabbit hole and start talking like this. You know what I'm saying? But the more and more I think about it, man, yeah, I'm getting way more information in my head, man. Just sitting here. That's the problem with Sigma males, man. My brain never stops. And I dare somebody to really challenge me on this thesis, on this hypothesis. Challenge me on this hypothesis. If the only way you could get to that beat, if you sold the beat to a rap artist, because the rap artist loved that beat, man, because it was so dope, but you sampled like an old school record or something you sampled, or you downloaded a splice sample, some way you got the inspiration, like that stolen inspiration idea from somebody else, and you made a beat and you sold it, whatever. That's not real. That's not music that came from you, man. You did not sing those vocals. You did not sing those vocals. If you stole something from Lord of the Rings, the movie, and you looped it up, I'm pretty sure you're not the you didn't act, and you wasn't a part of creating the movie Lord of the Rings. So you have no idea of how that music was made. And you wouldn't even know how to sing like those people, or, you know what I'm saying, or play the instruments that they played. I mean, they had real live orchestras playing that music. You know how to play all the stuff that was in there? No. So the inspiration for that beat that you sold to that rapper came from the Lord of the Rings, there was no music that came from you. That music didn't come from you. That's not music for inside of you. You didn't sit down and say, all right, I got the piano. All right, let me go and get a flute. No, actually, no. Let me play a harp. Let me see how a harp sounds with this piano. Yeah, because when Gandalf is going through the woods right there. Well, Gandalf, he looks like he's in a little bit of like distress, like his mind is going, and like there's a nice sun rays that are going through the trees and the woods that he's walking through. So let me get a harp, because he's walking kind of slow. So let me get a harp and play this harp over the piano, see how that sounds. So now you sit there and you start playing the harp. Do you know how to play a goddamn harp? Or at least try to play a harp? Like, you can fucking try to fake it. Can you do that with your keyboard? You know what I'm saying? So go play a dope harp that's in a key that matches, you know what I'm saying, the piano and also matches the mood of that scene. Can you do that? No, but you can but you're gonna go sample it and then say you dope. Come on, man. It's your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm gonna get up out of here. And don't forget to Google me. And go, get a chance, man. Go watch the videos, man. I'm in here talking. I'm talking my ish, man. I'm talking my ish, yo. It's my channel, 005 Dynasty, man. Go check it out, man. Go check it out, guys. Yeah, go check it out, man.